There's a hidden danger that most YouTubers and their audiences are not aware of, and that's predatory talent agents. You've heard about these before in the music industry. They've evolved into a whole new demon, and that is content creator talent agents. They lure you in with a shortcut to success, a pathway to fame, but don't be fooled. Today, I'm going to be exposing their 3-step method that they use to trick audiences and creators alike, just like you. It's important that you understand every single step, otherwise you may fall victim just like I did when I was younger. They often target the ambitious and the hopeful, preying on young creators who may have never even earned $1 in their lifetime before, but have seen success creating content on YouTube. They receive an email, a DM offering representation. Wow, a reputable agency wants to work with you. The validation, the excitement, it's intoxicating. It's everything a YouTuber has ever dreamed of. I'm finally gonna be rich. This is my moment. I can quit my day job. I can do YouTube full time. They weave this narrative of exponential growth, exclusive brand deals with the world's largest companies, and promises that offer everything that play on your insecurities and hunger for fame, wealth, and recognition. They understand the psychology of a creator and exploit it ruthlessly. This happened to a 21-year-old, and unfortunately, I fell victim to this exact same strategy. I was on the come up as a creator. All my friends were getting brand deals left and right, and I couldn't get anything. I was struggling to pay rent. I was struggling to even afford my groceries. Something had to change. But then I got it. I got the email, the message, but then I got the email promising me to make thousands of dollars off of just one video alone. Of course I was hooked. I was young, dumb, and naive. Of course I was gonna be hooked. We exchanged a couple of emails. I got onto the phone with one of the agents from this agency. As a kid who thought he would never see more than $80,000 a year in his lifetime, when I was told I could make $5,000 off of one YouTube video, of course I was gonna be hooked. I grew up watching creators that were huge. I knew they made tons of money. I thought, hey, if I have 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be making tons of money too. But that is far from the truth. This opportunity, this dream that they sold me and that they're trying to sell you, it's the first step of their carefully crafted trap. You're done the call. The call finishes. Then they rush you into signing a contract. The excitement blinds you to the fine print. Clauses designed for confusion. Percentages that leave room for interpretation. Hidden costs that will slowly bleed you dry. They prey on your eagerness, your excitement, and your naivete, banking on the fact that most creators won't seek or cannot afford legal advice. This is step 2 of their predatory plan. All of these promises on how they are going to make you money. But what you don't understand, that unless you are the top 0.1111% of creators, you are not going to be looked after by these agents. There are 2 main strategies these predatory agents use to take money from creators. One that is very obvious and is incredibly frustrating when it happens to you, and another that most people do not even know about. I revealed this corrupt strategy after step 3, so make sure you stick around. Step 3. Great, you're signed. Great, you've been signed to this agency for a month now. You're so excited to get your first brand deal. You cannot wait until you get that email in your inbox. But wait, there's no emails. You contact your agent, radio silence. Phone calls go unanswered, they don't even get back to you. The promises of growth fade. The guaranteed brand deals never materialize. Your sent emails pile up and your pleas are ignored. The realization dawns that you've been used. They are not bringing you any sponsorships. There is no brand deals coming from them, but you signed a 5-year-long contract where 20% of your earnings off every single sponsorship you do goes to that agent. And that's when you finally realize what has happened. The agent has tricked you into signing a 5-year-long contract, but now is not doing any work to get you any brand deals. You must now go out on your own, get all of these brand deals yourself, but still continue to pay 20% to someone that has done nothing to help you. When this happens to creators, they often start to feel worthless. They feel stupid. How could they have fallen for such a clear scam? But if this has happened to you, it's not your fault. These people have been doing this for decades. They did it to actors, they did it to musicians, and now they're doing it to YouTubers. They've squeezed what they can from you, and now you are a passive income for them, and they've just moved on to their next victim. And this is exactly what happened to me. Luckily, I only signed a year-long deal, but over the course of that year-long deal, I only received one small sponsorship from that agent when I was promised at least 100K in deals per year. My views didn't change. They actually went up. My followers, they all grew. All of my stats suggested that I was going to be rolling in the dough, but I was being lied to. I was on my own, and unfortunately, I had to pay out of pocket. The agent then leaves with broken promises and financial strain. Worse, they shatter the trust that's vital for building genuine relationships in this industry. The damage that they inflict goes beyond monetary losses. Anyone that has been in this position before knows that they will never sign with an agent again because they think that all of them are the same. This is not true. There are good players in this industry, but unfortunately, a couple bad eggs give a bad name to everyone. And now we get into the secret, evil strategy these agents use to steal money from even the top creators that they do bring brand deals to. And most creators don't even know that this is happening to them. So buckle up, let's get going. In order to understand this strategy, we need to understand how the deal flow looks like from a brand to an agent to a creator. A brand often will come to an agency with a budget. Let's use 100K for an example. They have $100,000 to spend and they want to get the most mileage out of their money. These agents will take that 100K and split that up among their creators that they want to create the content for the brand for. But here's the thing, you are completely blind on both sides. At the end of the day, nobody is seeing these contracts on the other side. The brand spends 100K. The agency takes a 20% cut. The rest of the money is then divvied up to the creators. But here's the issue. The creators don't get all the money that they're owed. The math is not adding up. Here's what happens. Both sides are blind to each other. The middleman is responsible for all of the communication between the creator and the brand. So when that brand spends $100,000, that agency can very easily just say, okay, we're keeping $50,000 to ourselves. And then they just pay the remaining $50,000 to the creators, but then they still take their 20% cut. When on the flip side, if the brand went directly to the creator would be seeing that full amount of money on their own. And this happens every single day by tons of agencies. And a lot of creators don't even think this is happening to them because they already know that they're making a ton of money. And this often is not questioned because tons of creators are getting paid thousands of dollars for a brand deal. But if you're already making $1,000 for one video, you're not gonna think about how much more money could I have made off of this when it's already a high number. But the honest truth is that a lot of times the agency is skimming off a giant amount of revenue from the top. Sometimes even as high as half of the actual money that is supposed to be paid to the creator, and then still taking their 20% cut. But how can one protect themselves from this? How can you make sure that you as a creator or you as a fan base educate your favorite creators on how to not get scammed? Well, luckily, I'm going to tell you the 3-step strategy to protect yourself now. Number 1, vet who you're working with. Any agent that is actually worth their salt will not force exclusivity onto you. If you're in talks with an agency and they are very forceful about exclusivity, run as fast as possible. Because a good agent who's going to bring you good deals and is going to take a fair and honest cut knows that their work is good enough that they don't need exclusivity. They're able to make an income without threatening people and forcing them into corners. If you meet with an agent that does this, if you meet with an agent that is completely okay with not being exclusive, you found a good person. Second, educate other creators. The problem when it comes to money is that many people do not talk about it. If more creators educate each other on how much they're making from brand deals, what agencies are screwing people over, and if this becomes public knowledge, then we can all protect ourselves and all make more money. And last but not least is the ultimate way to protect yourself. And that is by being your own agent. And you may think, well, how do I do that? I don't know anybody. How does any business start? You start by talking to people. You reach out to people. You tell them that you're selling something. If you as a creator commit an hour a day just to reaching out to brands, saying that you're going to work with them, you're going to see a high success rate if you do it properly and gain tons of money on your own where no fees are skimmed off the top. So don't let these corrupt agents turn your passion into a nightmare. Expose their tactics. Warn your fellow creators. By working together, by demanding transparency, we can reclaim YouTube as a platform where genuine talent and hard work are rewarded, not exploited. Share this video, leave a comment if you've had similar experiences. Let's start a movement for change.